Sharma. Welcome you all to the Global Tranquility Prate. The peace heal, peace forgives, peace unite, peace is in the self-discovery. Peace is the path we take for bringing growth and prosperity to society. If we do not have peace and harmony, achieving political strength, economic stability, and cultural growth will be impossible. Moreover, before we transmit the notion of the peace to others, it is vital for us to possess peace within. Peace and harmony are very important for the existence of mankind. It promotes the prosperity and development of the nation. Now, I would like to introduce the president of NNCS, Dr. Anurup Kaur. She is having leadership experience of more than 25 years in the field of education and community services. She has worked as a principal and deputy director of senior high school for more than 10 years. She is a renowned public speaker, author, and a social worker. She is renowned. She is and always ready to make things better for everyone. For her contribution in the society, she has received many national and international awards. Currently, she is working as an educator with HRCE. She is associated with many NGOs of different countries, Wiki, Heads, IPRH, etc. She has currently launched her new book of English poetry's Emotions. Sometimes I really feel how energetic she is, and she handles lot many positions at the same time with full dedication. She is the inspiration for many of us. I request her to grace the occasion by welcoming everyone on this platform.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Shweta, for a wonderful introduction. I would like to welcome you all with a few lines written by me. It's amazing to see everyone in harmony, living peacefully, not only for money. Past is history, but present is full of glories. Learning begins when we actually hear stories. It's truly a beautiful chain to admire. Peace with acceptance, avoiding fire. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to one and all present here from the different parts of the world. I'm thankful to God for helping us to create this blissful environment. On behalf of Nova Noble Cause Society and IPRH, I'm feeling delighted to welcome you all on today's online discussion session. It is truly inspiring to witness everyone gathered here in a spirit of harmony, living peacefully with one another, not just for personal gain, but for the greater good. As we move forward, it's important to remember that while past may be behind us, the present is full of endless opportunities to create a more peaceful and prosperous world. Our learning journey truly begins when we listen to the stories of those around us and strive to understand their perspectives. Today, we are honored to have with us a distinguished panel of speakers, including our chief guest, Dr. Ken Opal, and guest of honor, Dr. Aruna Vadkar, Dr. Madhuved, Professor S.T. Sharma, Professor Mike, and other eminent speakers. I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to each and every one of them for gracing us with their presence. The topic of today's discussion is of paramount importance globally, tranquility. In a world where stress, challenges, and social pressure are omnipresent, it's no surprise that people are struggling with issues of aggression and frustration across all age and social groups, including within families and in their circle. However, through our collective efforts, we can develop practical solutions that will help us to create a more peaceful and harmonious world. On this great day of Earth Day, we are here to discuss about the peace, which is the need of the hour. Once again, I extend a warm welcome to everyone, and I'm confident that with the insights and perspectives shared today, we will be able to take meaningful steps toward building a better future for everyone. Thank you once again to everyone for joining us, and I welcome all of you. Over to you, Dr. Shweta.
Thank you, ma'am. So, I would like to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Kane Upal. Dr. Kane Upal is working as the head quality Oro Health LLC and West subsidiaries of Aurobindo Pharma USA. He is PhD in chemistry from Birla Institute of Technology and Science, Pilani, Rajasthan, India, and postdoctoral research at University of New England, Armidale, Australia. Currently working and heading the quality department of Aurobindo Pharma USA, located at New Jersey, USA. He has taken in the past the management position in multiple pharmaceutical firms in the quality control and also worked as scientist in the IARI PUSA Institute of New Delhi before coming to USA. He is involved in volunteering service organization including Agraj Seva Kendra and has been awarded President Volunteering Service Gold Medal in 2021. Sir, we would like to hear something from you.
Thank you. Thank you, Sweta. And thank you everyone who are there in this get together. As we already Sweta introduced to me myself, yes, I am a scientist now in a quality area, working with a pharmaceutical. So when I got this invitation from Dr. Anurup Kaur, and also I came to know they have started this new platform, which is, an NGO called NNCS, Nova Noble Cause Society. I was impressed. Because it's newly born. I think I saw the details of this organization. It's born in January of this year, 2023. And so quickly you have gained to this level. It's a good thing. And then the reason why we have these NGOs is that we want to connect. Everybody needs help, right, in this world. If you go to a new place, new society, new area, you need help. And you need to have some place where you can connect. And this is the right forum. And I have experienced myself in the course of like last 20, 25 years in US after coming here, that these are the associations and organizations which helps a lot. And I'm very happy for her and she's in collaboration with other organizations from Bangladesh. Dr. Pravez is here. And thank you for giving me an opportunity to talk. And yes, that's a good thing. You are doing good work, Dr. Anurup Kaur. I saw you already did a computer course. You did a global gel. So that's perfect. Now, coming to why we need this particular discussion. Why should we have these discussions on a different area? And the topic for today, what they have chosen is peace. And it's very, very important because as she already said, today is Earth Day. And we have to take care of our Earth. Like how it will be doing better if it is peaceful environment, everybody is happy. Now, coming to the topic, peace. So if I was looking to see how people define this peace. So basically, I found one definition. It says it is concept of societal friendship and harmony on the the absence of hostility and violence. Means basically it's leading to somewhere where there is everybody is living happily, peace, no violence, no war. So now peace is not only just war. Peace is every area, like psychological, mental peace, behavioral peace. I mean, if you get agitated, you get do something wrong, you lose your peace of mind. You lose your peace of mind. So I mean, it's something so important that people just think means like countries are not in the war, there is no fighting going on, there's no rockets going on. No, it's not that. Peace is on every portion, every part of the world. As rightly said by while asking him, was that peace can be initiated with a certain quality of inner tranquility that does not depend upon the uncertainties of daily life. It means tranquility means calmness. If you can say inner calmness of anybody, if you can do that, initiate that, then if you can make yourself have a confidence in yourself, you can maintain yourself peace, you can keep it all the time happy, it definitely helps and makes you happy all the time. I was also trying to see how what is the origin of this peace word came from. Basically, it is written here in the history that this word peace came from an Anglo-French word paix, and as an old French word also peace, right? So these are the words, but in many part of the world, this peace word is also used for greetings. In Hawaii, people say aloha. So that itself means peace. I mean, that's a way how they greet each other. In Arabic world, people say salam. So that's it. It says peace. So basically, it is connection with everything, lot of things. And even in English, if you say you as a farewell, like rest in peace. If somebody dies, you say rest in peace. So it's like so it has multifold meaning and attachments. Not only that, it is so important, this peace. We have big organizations connected with that. World Health Organization. Okay, they're all doing a lot of work as part of the UN. Who are the other organizations important related to peace? Right away, if you talk about the peace, immediately comes to your mind police. The police department is there to maintain the peace, right? To keep this alive and active, there are so many awards instituted worldwide. Nobel Peace Prize, right? It's instituted a Nobel Peace Prize. And for your information, you know who got the first Nobel Peace Prize? It's Henry Dunant, the originator or the founder of the Red Cross. The Red Cross is another society which is dealing with peace. In India also, we have a Gandhi Peace Prize. So I mean, it's something which is definitely having lot of implementation and I mean, World Peace and the World Peace Day. It's celebrated on September 21st as was decided by United Nations. Now, I will not go into the details. I'm waiting for all the speakers to talk their thoughts and processes, how we can maintain and keep this peace in this world. But I have just come out with my few areas which definitely will help to make you maintain your peace or keep the peace among the society, among your friends, in the world. I mean, it can be from the family to even a national level, right? One country to country. Yes, the first thing is the the tongue, how you talk, how you speak, how you behave with others, right? It's very important. If you speak nicely, if you have a control on your speech and you know how you're talking and it's not going to aggravate anyone in front of you, It might be anyone. It can be a prime minister, a president, or it can be anybody who's talking to each other. That is a very, very important. You should have a lot of control, and it should not trigger anything which is deviating from the peace. Another very important aspect, which I feel is very important to maintain peace for individual, for anybody, is avoidance. If you are agitated, if you feel that you get, disturbed by something which is happening around you with someone, avoid. That's the best solution. And the time is the big healer. If you come into altercation and start discussing and debating, ultimately you will lose your peace and you will be a lot of things will happen. So next thing is to avoid such interactions, such things. Thirdly, respect everyone, whosoever that person can be. He can be your, if you don't like that person, doesn't matter. If you come across that person, give a smile, say hello. So it helps, no? So that person will say, oh, although I don't talk to him, still he's so nice to me. So it helps. And ultimately, what it leads to? It leads to more peacefulness. Everybody is more happy, peaceful. Positivity. That's another thing. Everybody talks about it. Positive. Keep positive thinking. Avoid negative thinking. Yes, definitely. Why people talk about it? Because it has end result is that if you are having positivity and you're talking to positive people and you're not getting agitated, everything is in peace. So I'm just giving an overview of my perception, how I see these pieces. Yes, as everybody knows, globally, peace is so important. You know that a lot of things are going on in the world. The Ukraine war is going on for the last year, and still there is no solution. Everybody is fighting, and there's a lot of tension among different countries, world, like US, China, and there's so many things happening around the world. But yes, I'm not the only one to say how you can maintain this peace in this world and in the society and the area. But I'm looking forward, each of you who are here, and to see what do you think, how we can keep this peace environment in this. Thank you very much, Dr. Narup, and everybody who have given me this opportunity. Thank you. Over.
Thank you, sir. Your kind presence in this program encourages a lot. You spare time from your busy schedule to grace the occasion. Today we had opportunity to hear your thought on peace, and it was amazing. And this will surely encourage us in future. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Now, I would like to introduce the CEO, Professor M.S. Pravez. He is an academician, professor, and researcher, development economist. He is the International Award winner, Chancellor Gold Medalist, social activist, inspirational, motivational, and conference speaker, advisor, and think tank. He is the founder and CEO of Independent Perception and Research Hub, also known as IPRH. Sir, we would like to hear from you, and if you can tell us how can we balance the need for freedom of expression with the need of respectful and constructive dialogue, particularly in online space where many chaotic and hate speech are quickly escalate.
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. At first, I give my thanks to Dr. Anurup because she is a personality who actually create these kinds of platform from NNCS and also IPRH, and also all of the big personalities are here. I give my namaste to you, and yes, it is in Bangladesh. Today is our Eid, so Eid Mubarak. So Yes, it is a very important issue that Madam Soita actually said that yes, how can we balance the need for freedom of expression with the needs for respectful and constructive dialogue? So, well, actually, if we just started this thing, at first we know what is actually freedom. So I have my freedom inside me because I always believe that freedom is right for my choice. So my freedom is my choice. Now there are three types of freedom. In fact, that first kind of freedom is freedom from that a freedom from the constraint of the society. Second is freedom to a freedom to what we want to do. And thirdly, there is a freedom to be, a freedom not to just to do what we want, but a freedom to be who we were meant to be. So yes, there are a freedom. Each and every one in this world, in this earth, needs freedom from their self. This is a main thing. But there are some issues that sometimes this freedom give us many ways of track, like in a right ways, also in a wrong ways. Like if I say that freedom of expression or speech in widely held to be both moral right and legal right, but there are seven uh, principles of constructive dialogues for framework for respectful conversation of our community. That is, to guide our conversation, all members of our community will commit to follow these seven principles. What is this? That is called good intention. Where we talk, we must have some intention that should be good. And also, we use the statement of I that your expression is true for you, but it may not be universal. So, speak about experience that things are true for you. Use statement being with I that I think that. So this is my perception. So in this way, you can just express your conversation respectfully, and also you understand the speaker's experience. So those who actually speak, you must respect them and understand what they actually speak. So you must learn from them, and then you try to speak. And also, if you have any question, just ask question of other and individual, like yes, if you have any question, please ask me. Then it is clear that yes, they have also a freedom of dialogue. Now here are some issues that listen to understand and not to respond. So at first you listen and then response. So that is one of the type of conversation. And also recognition of one that may differ from one of your impact, that you must recognize each and every one, those who are with you, those who are act in a reactive way or in a proactive way. So you must accept all these things, and in this way you can conversation in a dialogue. But here the another thing is come that yes, in a social media, what we see that there are less balance of freedom of expression. So there are many types of uh, uh, that is called freedom of expression. Sometimes they are wrongly described. So that is called hate speech on social media, and it is a very negative impact on our life and also in our society. So in this hate speech in online has linked to a global increase in violence, and also is including the mass shooting, and also ethically it is not right for the society. So how can we minimize this? How we deal with this hate speech? At first, we need to check our social media, that when I access a person in my friend list, who actually he or she and what's their background. So that is one main thing, and must check the fact that in what fact they are actually react on this way. And in this way, we also take some challenges like in if we think that yes, this is peace is good for society, then we must take a challenge that in this way we must say that this speak is not good. So we must take a challenge that yes, it is not good. So we must say that otherwise it's not possible to minimizing this thing from this art, from this society, because our one hate speech is just killing ourselves each and every moment, because it is basically teenager actually affected from the hate speech in the social media, because we are now in a social people. So we are in a social media is one kind of social capital. So in a social capital we are not respecting each and everyone, then it's not possible for us to combining this thing in a peaceful way. So yes, I am just say one thing, that hate speech actually is harmful for our society and also for our also for our child, also for our children, also for the future generation. And yes, there are many ways that United Nations actually invented some laws. That is, one of the law is called Reband Plan of Action, providing the key guidelines of between the freedom express. So in this way, we can actually discriminate and minimizing the hostility and violence of this hate speech, and which is prohibited, which is actually prohibited in our society. So actually, I am giving my thanks to again NNCS for inviting me this kinds of area, and also I am again give my thanks to our today's guest of honor. And in front of me we have Dr. Aruna Madam, and also already we know Dr. Kane Upal sir already says about the peace. So yes, and I give my thanks again, Dr. Anurup. You are doing a brilliant job, and this is my gratitude to you. And I again thanks to you and say Eid Mubarak to you. And uh, be happy and always be healthy, and must avoid the hate speech in the social media. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for helping us more, becoming more aware of the problem and how we can solve them. And I will remember the 7 steps shared by you. We are glad that we got an opportunity to hear you. So thank you so much, sir. So today we have 6 speakers to share their thought with us on today's topic. First, I would like to call Dr. S.D. Sharma. Professor S.D. Sharma, the Pro Vice Chancellor, IIMT University, Meerut, having 42 years of experience in the field of higher education. He had been serving as the principal of Sri Jain PG College since 2003 to 2020. In 2015, it was accredited as NEC Grade A. Prior to that, he was Director General and Executive Director of KNIMT Sultanpur. He has published more than 75 research papers, 14 books, 4 journals, and supervised 34 PhDs. He has received 3 national awards. He is known as an excellent academic administrator. Now, I would like to ask you, sir,
Uh,
how can we build more inclusive and equitable societies that promote social justice and human rights? And how can these efforts contribute to greater space and stability on global space scale? Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shweta. And first of all, would like to congratulate and thank Dr. Anurup Kaur, the chairperson of NNCS, and Dr. Arna Watkar and other dignitaries present over here. The question which is asked related to my field, because higher education is my alma mater. I'm from last 42 years in this field. Actually, education aims to develop children citizens. Responsible citizens apply their living, their learning, and gain skills to help themselves and others too. They help to move the human race ahead in areas such as equality, justice, and harmony. According to me, education is a combination of three H: head, hand, head, and heart. First H related with the we should make the student skilled and employed. Second H related with we should make them sensible, who can think positive and creative. And third H related with we should make them good human beings who believe in justice, peace, and harmony. Actually, the aim of education, wherever we are, if we are living in India or abroad or any place on this earth, so broadly, there are three aims of education: individual aim, social aim, and vocational aim. And to achieve these objectives or the aims, we have to develop four kinds of skills among the students: conceptual skills, technical skills, and human skills and social skills. Educational institution must focus on this skill development to meet the dynamics of the modern world. This is the answer of your question, and would like to share my views on the freedom of expression in contemporary world. I would like to quote here the Mahatma Gandhi. According to him, the restoration of free speech, free association, and free press is almost the whole Swaraj. Everybody wants peace in their life, in the society, and on this earth too. But actually, the God has gifted us the five sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin. These sense organs provide stimuli to our brain. So we should understand that the freedom of speech, what we are here to talk about, it's more natural phenomenon than either illegal or social or anything else. It allows for self-fulfillment and individual and protect his individuality in a democracy. It allows for the free flow of ideas, beliefs, and thoughts and strength the community. It ensures voices are not suppressed, leading to the discovery of truth at large. In India, according to the Article 19 of the Constitution of India, uh, the right of freedom in Article 19 guarantees the freedom of speech and expression as one of its six freedoms given by the Constitution to every Indian citizen. Actually, but here would like to quote some of the things. Nowadays, we all are witness of the TV debates and the political celebrities and the decision makers raise their issues, but sometimes they incorporate the word slogan in their versions, which are controversial and may have the cause of conflict. Article 19 of the Constitution provides us the guarantees the freedom of speech and expression out of its sixth freedom. Uh, but most of the time, we all are witness of the TV shows where the politicians, celebrities, and decision making raise their issues, but sometimes they incorporate the words and slogans in their version which are controversial and may have the cause of conflict, as was. Uh, but in the name of the freedom of speech and democracy, they claim their right to speak. But the question is up to what level. They should be allowed to speak in a language which might not be acceptable to them also. If sometime court or society take it slogan seriously or the serious note of them, then they suddenly apologize, but will be reason for the damage already done. Therefore, we have how we should use the free speech. What the fair use of free speech is concept which depend on the context it is said. At different point in time, they serve various purposes. Sometimes a speech is just a speech, other times it becomes hate speech. Contest is without a doubt of utmost importance determining whether certain comments are likely to provoke hostility. A speech depends on contextual factors, so a speech may have different results in different contexts. There is, but what should be the limit of the freedom of speech? There is an old American saying, "Your freedom ends where my nose begins." In the 19th century, it was the mind of the limit that necessarily exits all the freedom. You can swing your arm, but you are not free to punch someone else's nose except a judge. Since the power of words is limitless, no one can imagine how far it can harm the humanity or the human being. It goes too far and disrupt the security or stability of the community by inciting members of public to harm actions or deceiving them on an important public matter. Uh, the social media's role is very important in controlling the freedom of speech. In modern world, social media has raised the issue of freedom of free speech. It on one end supported freedom of speech, on the same time it also made negative effects of it. The major issue of social media speech is that often the person can hide his identity while making speech and can avoid accountability of his word. Therefore, the proper guidelines and vigilant enforcement of guidelines will surely improve the thing. And there are some suggestions of mine on this page. However, the right of freedom of expression is not absolute. The right of freedom which affect others and which harms others, it should be controlled by the government and the government agencies too. The government official and those are responsible for enforcement and the administration of justice should be guided by these human rights principles. Those, number third, those working in media must act with sensitivity, and responsibility. And fourth, the media must apply greater political judgment, taking into account the potential impact of their output and the range of often competing human rights considerations involved. And lastly, while everyone recognizing the right to peaceful express one's opinion, including through peaceful protest, the use and threat of violence is unexpectable. Community leaders must do everything in their power to diffuse the atmosphere of hostility and violence. Culture and religion are of central importance to many people's life, but they cannot be used as an excuse to abuse human rights. Thank you, Dr. Uh, Anurup Kaur and the NNCS team, and to provide me a chance to interact and to express my views on the freedom of expression in contemporary world. And I congratulate the organization uh, because they are coming up with the fresh idea, and the idea which is, of course, uh, wish to establish the uh, peaceful society, the society which help others, and which the society at global level which wish to establish the harmony among the people. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your thoughts. Your suggestions are very valuable for us. And it was a very insightful presentation. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Shweta.
Now, I would like to introduce our second speaker, Dr. Madhu Ved. Dr. Madhu Ved is the director of Gyan Uday Public School, Shahid Udham Singh School, Jagriti Public School. She is the visiting faculty at Daniel Webster Stanford University. She is the former principal and English practitioner. Also, she is an author of grammar book subscribed in 5 states. She is associated with NCERT, NIOS, and NGO Vidya Bharati. With more than 30 years of teaching experience, she has proven herself as a very peaceful, happy, and supportive team leader too. Dear ma'am, I'm curious to know what are some of the biggest obstacles to achieve a global tranquility, and how can we overcome?
Thank you so much. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. Feeling thrilled and rejuvenated and honored to be here on this platform. My special gratitude to Dr. Anurup Kaur and my little princess, Rasleen, and who I think always, and it's a wonderful step, small step, waking us all to do something for our Mother Earth. We celebrate our birthdays, so it is our time also to celebrate our mother birthday. I remember John F. Kennedy's words, former US president: ask not what your country has given you, ask what you have given to your country. So meaningful. Sometimes we become greedy. We keep thinking of ourselves, but we have to come out of our shell to rejuvenate. If we rejuvenate, we don't have right to be happy alone. We can be happy if there is global tranquility. So here the thought comes as Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam, as per my perspective. I remember the days when I was a little child, tiny child. We used to go to our Nani's place, and the song you might have heard, everybody, very like I was a teenager, and we used to sing that song. Bhigi bhigi raaton mein, meethi meethi baaton mein, ऐसी बरसातों में ऐसा लगता है, हाँ ऐसा लगता है तुम मन के बादल, kind of. So gone are the days. Where are those days when we used to sleep on the terrace and gazed at the stars? And I remember when we used to chase butterflies, glowworms. My childhood is full of, like animal life. We used to live there snakes used to come to our house. I was telling my daughter, now there is no animal life. And we have become so cruel. Don't mind my words, please. We have become so cruel. We just think of ourselves, not of other human beings or other living beings. They are our partners. So small things, small is big. We should come forward for small things. As the topic is emotional and global tranquility. So there are so many challenges that I feel. If I talk about in a formal language, I think that political divisions is a big threat. Economical disparities between countries, ideological differences, religious conflicts, and ecological damages. Additionally, mistrust between nations and weapons of mass destruction, terrorist groups. I come from India, so I just appreciate that sometimes we need to go for steps in tranquility. If we can't do, like I grew with this thought, you can't change everybody. You have to change yourself only, and you have to be a change to see the change around. So that is what, like sometimes I think that it is not good to blame others, not good to always say that our government is not doing anything. In our country, UP state is getting up with full marks as they have taken the determinations, the authorities, they are curbing terrorism, they are curbing the crime rate is going to be zero in that country. So I mean, everybody's duty, responsibilities. We need to be responsible citizens. And sometimes I think that it is not only me and you. Sometimes I just, fall into some kind of conflicts, very, very small things. Like, it's my nature. I am a social worker. I am working with NGOs also. So one of my neighbor was washing car with hose pipe. I didn't like it. I just share. I came downstairs and I requested him, please don't waste water. And he didn't listen to me. And he said, it's not your water. So kind of thing I'm sharing with you here because many students are there. So if we are begging, we are not begging for ourselves. So we need to aware the people. This is the overcome of the challenge, That is my point here goes is education. And we need to go for strengthening education. Like small things they do matter. And when I say e-waste, we have trained our students to keep three kind of segregation of waste. So what we do is e-waste is very, very dangerous. Like we are enjoying Zoom meeting and it's so good. We are not going anywhere and everything is clear to us. But at the same time, another side of coin is e-waste that we need to be conscious. And also access to healthcare is overcoming of these challenges. And unless, like I remember Mrs. Our former Prime Minister Indira Gandhi's line, if you want to achieve your target, first of all, you have to work on the poverty. If a person is poor, he will just think of his 2 times meal. He will not think beyond that. So we need to work, and that is not in our hand. Economical disparities are there when we need to go for the dialogues, when we go for the different kind of like cultural negotiations, and also we can go for certain kind of like if I just want to share US imposed certain sanctions on Russia. And the Ukraine war is going on for how many months? Not the two countries are affected, we all. And after that, there's no impact on Russia or Ukraine after imposing the sanctions also. Many countries are going for boycott. Still, the things are happening. So my overcoming here is we should not copy others. We should do like I'm so happy in our country. Our country is known as peace country. So we are not the people who will start war. Though many countries are just after us, and after pandemic the situation is really worse. Still, we believe in peace, and we believe that if peace can be maintained only with the dialogues, only with respecting each other's culture. Like so many things we can do, I think, but the only thing is we need to think positive. And positivity here means Rome is not built in a day. In our schools, we had rallies, we had poster competitions, we have so many skits, we have inter-school competitions. So I believe that even a small step, when I go, with my family, my younger granddaughter who is just 2.5 years, when I had a rapper, she said no, she told her dad to stop the car, and this rapper has to be thrown in the garbage bin only. So this is a small step she learned from her school. I didn't teach her these things. So everybody is responsible, not only one person, not only government, no. And I'm so thankful to Dr. Anurup Kaur. Like she always wakes us all, and I have these things in my mind. We should come forward for these national causes, noble causes. We celebrate our birthdays, and we are not thinking of these things. At least we should come forward. I think that I always remember these things. Like it's a very beautiful line of Kabir ji. I don't know whether you understand that. लाली मेरे लाल की जितने को तित लाल, लाली देखन मैं गई, मैं भी हो गई लाल. क्यों नहीं हम एक कंट्री से सीख लें? क्यों नहीं हम अपने बुजुर्गों से सीख लें? क्यों नहीं हम अपने सराउंडिंग से सीख लें? क्योंकि ग्लोबल ट्रैंक्विलिटी इज द नीड ऑफ द आवर. Need of the hour. Definitely, we should come forward. Thank you very much. I shared very openly what was in my mind. If somebody said something hard, you please don't mind and excuse me. Thank you very much. Have a good evening. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It was pleasure listening to you, ma'am, and thank you for sharing your personal experience and your thoughts with us. And I have taken one line that you told us today, that you have to be a change to change others. So thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I would like to call our next speaker, Mrs. Harbindan Kaur. She is an educator with more than 15 years of experience in student counseling and deep knowledge of behavioral issues. She believes in attitude of gratitude and has a positive outlook towards life. Ma'am, my question for you is, how can individuals and communities promote peace and understanding in everyday life? And what impact can these efforts have on global level? Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to answer the question. And I would like to start with the quote: when the power of love overcomes the love of power, the world will know peace. How can we contribute towards the world peace? So I would like to I would like to mention in few steps, and we all have a responsibility when it comes to creating a better world. A peace process takes a lot of time, and the process starts when you look at your own behavior, the way you treat others, the way you talk to everyone in your country and outside your country. So how can we change the world is like the peace begins with us as individuals. It begins with us with each of us by making small changes in life that lead to larger changes in our communities, for example, in our home, by treating everyone with respect and kindness, even when they are angry or upset. In our schools, by creating a community of caring and sharing, where it is safe to speak our minds and without fear and criticism, of ridicule and criticism. In our workplace, by creating a positive, supportive atmosphere where people feel safe to express their opinions without fear of ridicule or criticism. What other things we can do is like standing for social justice. Mahatma Gandhi believed that peace can only be achieved through social justice. He said that if you want to change the world, you must first begin by changing yourself. People rarely stand up for what they believe in because they fear being judged or being not being accepted by the society. But that can all change if we open our hearts and stand up for what we believe in and fight for social justice. Even if we don't achieve global peace, there will be more love and tolerance in the world. Advocating for human rights. Human rights are fundamental freedoms and protection that each and every one of is entitled to. Each human right is based on important principles such as respect, equality, and independence. So, without human rights, people cannot live in a freedom. When a basic freedom and protection is guaranteed, people don't have to fear their safety and well being. They can live free from fear and discrimination and participate fully in society. This leads to more peaceful society for all. We can promote equality among all the people, like in given society or isolated group, have equal status, respect, including civil rights, freedom of speech, property rights, and equal access to certain social goods and services. One more thing we can all do is volunteering, that is community services. Especially in a world we know that peace does not pay. We all should make some initiative to volunteer by helping someone who's actually in need. This is what we can do, and we should be a world citizen. In most countries around the world, the right to vote is reserved for those born in the country where they can vote. Whether or not our vote influences the national election, it still has value. So, your vote sends a message about how you feel about what is happening in your country and whether or not you support the status quo. And most important thing I personally believe is that we should show kindness and compassion to each other. That is the most important thing that can really change the world and really bring the global peace. Kindness is virtue, kindness is a habit, kindness is a way of life, and kindness is the key that unlocks all the doors in this world and opens the gates to eternity and heaven itself. Kindness and compassion are two great pillars on which we can build our lives, our society, and our world. Kindness is not one of the virtues that we can easily do without or neglect. It is an essential quality for building a just, peaceful, and happy world. In our time of global conflict, the idea that kindness can be the strongest force for good seems almost quaint, but it's true. Kindness is contagious. It makes us happier, and being happy can improve our health. And people who are kind to themselves tend to be more self-compassion, less depressed, and more helpful to others in need. The Dalai Lama once said, "My religion is simple. My religion is kindness. That is my simple religion. There is no need of temples, no need of complicated philosophy. Our own brain, our own heart is our temple. Philosophy is kindness." If all the world leaders had the great would had to grade kindness above all else at college, perhaps we would live in a more peaceful world. And most important thing, what we can do ourselves is we should practice inner peace. Most of us do not want to be involved in war because we know very well that violence is destructive spiritually and physically. When all nations are at peace, there will be no more wars, and we will be able to enjoy a world full of happiness. Therefore, first step towards peace is peaceful heart. If you are at peace with yourself, you will never feel hatred or aggression towards others. If you have a peaceful heart and mind, you will find it easier to love others. When you love others, feel them as a part of your life, violent conflict between two people becomes less likely. You will realize that they are all also a part of your life, so there's no need of fight or to be angry with each other. Having peaceful attitude can help resolve conflicts between nations or countries, because there is no conflict between two countries if the leaders of the two countries sit and talk about what their differences are, and they can resolve these differences peacefully without going to war. And making the world more peaceful starts with each individual. If we all make small changes in our lives to make the world more peaceful, it will be definitely, if we all make efforts, the world will be at global peace. We can start small by changing our own behavior to promote positive peace. We can increase our tolerance of others and think about our actions affect others. We can strive to be kinder and more compassionate to others in small ways. We can smile at people on the street, hold the door open for someone, or help an elderly person across the street. These small acts of kindness, but they may seem insignificant, but they send the message that we all are only kind and compassionate, but we are not only just kind and compassionate, but we also value this quality in others. The golden rule is practice tolerance of others by listening to those who have different opinion than ours. It is easy to exclude or reject people who have different beliefs because they might offend us, offend or anger us. This is important because without tolerance and respect, it is impossible to come together on important issues like war and poverty that affect all people regardless of their background or beliefs. I would like to conclude with a quote by Nelson Mandela. It is in your hands to create a better world for all who live in it. Thank you so much.
Much, ma'am. It was incredible, and I'm amazed with your thought. And the thing that you shared, that kindness is one of the key to achieve peace. So thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Now, moving ahead, I would like to introduce our next speaker, Karen. She's a digital marketing specialist. She is also a board member of Nova Noble Cause Society. She believes in women empowerment and tries to help community in the best possible way. May I ask you, ma'am, how can we promote peaceful and constructive discussion on global scale to foster greater understanding and cooperation among people from different parts of the world?
To start, the one thing, just to continue from where Dr. N on being kind, the one thing I will put on is just to encourage people to have an open mind. Apart from being kind, there are some people who are kind, but they don't have that open mind. So I'll say, let's just encourage everyone to have an open mind, because with an open mind, you welcome everything. You have that heart of like, okay, it's not my way that is correct. You can learn from other people, and being open, you can try different things, you can learn different things. So I'll hit hard on let's encourage everyone to have an open mind. And even with kids growing up, just have an open mind. Your opinion does not necessarily count all the time. You have to consider other people when you're involved in something. And that way we are encouraging teamwork, working as a team. And if you're working as a team, it means you're working with people from different cultures, different religion. And for example, what you think what is right in your culture is not necessarily right in another person's culture. So people have different cultures, and we should look for avenues where we can accommodate everybody. Having an open mind, you embrace everybody, and you know that, okay, even in work or in school with your kids when they are playing with others, just be nice, like just be kind, have an open mind, be prepared to learn. You taste new food, you eat new things. Like thanks so much to Anu. I've learned so much about India, and I've got to tasted so many nice food. And it's because I have that open mind of trying new things, learning new cultures, meeting new people. And we need to encourage diversity by little things, exposing what we have, our own culture. That way people should come and see that, okay, for you what you're doing is right, but for us it's not right, and this is how we do our own thing. So that accommodating everybody, it's something that goes a long way. And respecting people, like respecting people, know that, okay, what is correct for you, you must not force it down on me. I too have my own opinion. And we are in a community where a lot is going on. We have so many laws in place. Now, those laws, do they consider other cultures before coming up with those laws? No. Or like, okay, now you are in this area where the law says this. How do you integrate? How do you come out, or how do you succeed in that environment with the laws that maybe are not in your favor or does not favor your culture? So we just need to accommodate and learn new things, and then while still keeping our own culture, our own religion, we just need to, like, everybody walks in their own path, but we accommodate each other, like being open to learn more things. It's true that technology has come in and a lot is going on through technology. We can use it also to our advantage, like preaching more on peace, exposing people's language. For example, 3 plus 6 is 9. Somebody will tell you, no, it's 5. 5 plus 4, that is 9. So it's not correct, but it gives the same answer, but different strategies on getting there. So that's what I'll just say. And we encourage, educate everyone at your level, your kids, the people you meet. We try to interact with different persons. Just greet people. Like, okay, we are moving to summer. Just put it like a goal this year that, okay, I'll try to learn something new from maybe people from different countries. You can choose 5 different countries. So if you go even to the supermarket, you see somebody that, okay, the person is from a different place. You like, hello, okay, my name is this. How you just want, and that way, starting by yourself, you realize that it goes a long way, because you're transmitting that good air, your openness, and people will see it, they like it. People are welcoming to come to you. Just having a smile can bring people to you, but somebody that is like just serious and strict. So those are the little things we can encourage, that I tell you, before you know it, you have a community of people that are so loving, peaceful, with an open mind, and can accommodate everybody. I think my 3 minutes is up. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Tanin ma'am, for sharing your thought with us that we should respect each other opinion and culture. So it was pleasure to hear you, ma'am. So moving ahead, our next speaker, Ms. Rupali, is with us. Rupali Singh is the executive member of Wiki, UP Entertainment Media Council. India, apart from that, she deals in customized printing. She has done master in numerology and self-healing. Her vision is that every woman should be happy, respected, and independent. So, ma'am, my question is that as a community worker, how do you find peace?
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for inviting. And first of all, thank you, Anurup ma'am, for giving me this opportunity to share my views on peace. As you all know that my name is Rupali Singh, and I'm an entrepreneur, and I'm so blessed, and I'm so blessed that to be a part of Wiki. Um, uh, from my point of view, in this era, everyone needs peace, peace within, and help others to find peace. Peace of mind doesn't require any silence. As we all know that we all have seen sea, it's ocean, sea. From peace point of view, the problem is most of us live sort of on the surface of the sea waves where there is a lot of turbulence and wildness. But again, this deep, calm awareness inside sea, as we all know that if we go deep down in the sea, there is huge calmness. So we will get this calmness, this awareness is actually within each person. People just need to realize it. And yoga helps us to shift your state of mind. Breathing techniques makes us calm. Um, Peace is the state of people from all countries in the world being happy and living harmoniously with each other. World peace leads us to increased globalization. Globalization is the act where people from different countries are able to interact freely with each other in various aspects. Second is promotion of tourism. Next is cultural exchanges, more developed economies, and reduction of wars. There are some leaders who dedicated their whole life for world peace, just like our respected Mahatma Gandhi ji, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, and Mother Teresa, and many more. And this is all about inner peace of humans, mind, body, and soul. If you are in peace, your surrounding will also be peaceful. This all I've shared some of my views on peace. So thank you everyone for your precious time. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your thoughts with us. Thank you so much. Now,
Thank you.
I'd like to call our guest of honor, Dr. Aruna Vatkar, ma'am. She is the founder and managing director of HETS Harvest Educational Transformation Solution. She is the founder and chairperson of HETS Pratishtha India, trust and resource person of Indica Learning Private Limited. Also, she is an advisory board member and mentor of Mount Litra Z School and advisory board member and counselor of Green Eden Public School. Along with all this, she is also the president of WIKI, Women Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry of Karnataka Training and Development Council. She has always believed transformation in terms of learning, teaching, leadership that need to be maintained to ensure and thrive towards a global outlook. Her motive is to impart education beyond books, where educators should create relevant learning amidst the accelerating change of the environment to grow in a climate of non-threatening respect and trust, where teachers need to be empowered rightly to create innovators and researchers in the theme of the right teaching and technology driven. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Shweta, for this warm introduction and welcoming me. And thank you, Dr. Anurup and Professor Parvez, for inviting me on this platform. And yes, many familiar faces, Dr. Madhuved, Professor Sunil Dutt Sharma, and yes, Rupali, I think I have met earlier as well. And my respect to the chief guest, Dr. Ken, as well, and all other dignitaries. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to all of them on board and also across the platform of Zoom, even the audience across. So I'm so glad to be here. And when today being an Earth Day and also Eid as well. So happy Eid Mubarak to all of you, and also happy Earth Day, which we all have to give a thought on a serious note to bring in the topic that we are today into, the tranquility. The tranquility is something that it has a depth meaning where we should connect. You know, I've been listening to all the speakers where from that time I missed a couple of them, but yes. So as we say that it is not the control of your own self, but it is a control of the mind that confers the tranquility overall. And the ability to remain calm, undisturbed, and in control of yourself, even in difficult and unpleasant situations, it is that where you need to build up your mindset. And everything comes through your mind. And as Karen said, your positive mindset is something that covers everything. If you have a control of your mindset, that is where everything falls in place. And how does that control of mind come in? Control of mind comes in when a person involves or evolves with the alignment of what a person thinks, what a person talks, and what a person feels. So if you're aligned with all the three, there is no question that you need to think twice to answer or communicate to a person, reciprocate to a person, or to connect with a person. Adversely, if you think something else, you speak something else, and you feel something else, then there you will spoil your own peace. Because you have to think again the next time, what did I say yesterday? Because of the situation, I did say something, but today I have to say something else. So I might miss out on what I have been telling. So that you are giving pressure on your own mindset. Where are you going through? So why don't we as educators, we all are adults, educators, when we talk about quality education, sustainable development goals, justice, peace, and all the stuff that we bring in, it is very important that we bring in these into the curriculum of our college goers and our school goers, because if they have this peace, when we tell them, peace is a big word for a small kid. What is peace? You know, it will not understand P-I-E-C-E or P-E-A-C-E. And to define peace, it's so very difficult. So it is very important that we need to make clear how we imbibe in them the word peace. It's not very just a word. It is huge to understand. And it has a very inner meaning, because this word, when we talk about tranquility, it is way back when it was, said or discovered in the 12th century, as Dr. Ken said, the old French word tranquillite, meaning peace and happiness. When I said, when we align ourselves, happiness comes to you just like that. You need not search for that. That is in your own self. You need not hunt for it. I need happiness today. I am bored. I'm disturbed. I just need to go to the, have a drink and come back, and that is the peace you get. No, that is not the peace. You are disturbed in that manner. Even at any cost, even if you have the tranquility or the peace, it's not only our own self. It is everybody around us, which goes with the society, which goes with our own kids, which goes with our thousands of children whom we are coaching and training them for the future, grooming them for the future. So overall, when we talk about peace, it is nothing else than your own control of your mind. Whether you are rich, whether you're poor. A poor person is content and happy. A rich is thinking, how do I spend the money? He's not in peace as settled, right? So the thing what we need to bring our children in their concept of the curriculum is that how you can bring values. If you bring them values, if you bring the values in them, that automatically goes to the peace, and the way the behavior depends, the way you go ahead and you communicate, as Dr. Ken said, communication, respect, positivity, and even agitation. And as Ms. Rupani said, the it's very deep, very sound, silent and calm and beautiful. But one day, even the sea throws up, it bursts, right? It does burst. Everybody have that the aspect in themselves that one day or the other, if you're posing to be in peace and calm and happiness, then definitely you are suppressing things and you are trying to make it that yes, I'm happy, I'm in peace, and I have nothing. I mean, I will show that I'm happy. But one day it will definitely burst out and it will show it to others. So what are we teaching to our curriculum, to our kids? Importantly, mental well-being. And how do they learn? This particular well-being starts from home. The mental health starts from home. The children, they imitate what the parents do. Are they fighting? Are they arguing? The way they respect each other? Suppose, we do in English, there is no plural, like, what do you call in Hindi, just like ji, hanji, and all that stuff, aap and all. It is you. That is very simple in English. But when you talk in singular, tu, main, and all those stuff, the child is learning the same thing. And where do you think the child will learn the respect from? It's from our own home. And what the child learns home, the same thing comes out there, the way we speak, right? So that is where, when we talk about the mental well-being in general, it is the state of thriving in various areas of life, and also such as you call it relationships, at work, at play. And despite of all the ups and downs in our life, not all the time we have cozy life. Not all the time we have a life with, a cakewalk. It is struggle. There are struggles. There are ups and downs. So how we maintain ourselves during that time, that is what we call it as the tranquility, the inner peace. Yes, as Rupa said, yoga, yes, it does help us. But if while you are doing yoga, you are having many things in your mind, but you have to, even that will also disturb you in the reverse manner. Yoga does help you, but you should be mentally completely aligned to the yoga aspect when you're doing it. Only then it brings you the peace. First, control of the mind. When you control your mind, peace comes automatically. And that is what I have been experiencing, and I have been practicing throughout I think, almost all my life. So when I talk about this, it is very simple. I don't want to take much of the time. And yes, these are the important aspects that I was talking on. And then very importantly, to know a couple of pointers which I would point out, that is self-acceptance. If I'm angry, if I'm a person, I accept it. Yes, yesterday I got angry, but you come back the next day and say, I'm so sorry, yesterday I was not in a... That is where you again build in relationship. You don't carry that. So that is where the peace comes. Once you are sorry, could be knowingly or unknowingly, then it is done, right? I hope I agree with you. Everybody agrees with it. But then that is how we need to make our self-control. And also sense of self as independent and rather than dependent on others' happiness. Yeah. So suppose Dr. Shweta is example, she achieved something. I would be very happy from the heart. But my happiness cannot be dependent on her. She should be happy because she has achieved something. I should be happy because I have achieved something. And you will achieve something only when you want to do it. And when would you want to do it? Only when you have your mind aligned with your focus, with your what you want to do in life. What is that you want to carry forward? What is that you want to take it forward and give it to the next generation? That is where what we are looking out for. Thriving in the face of adversity, and especially with the emotional resilience. Emotional resilience, as we all talk about IQ, EQ, SQ. So EQ is one of the important factor when we talk also, and even when we have a relationship with anybody, whether it is students, whether it is our life partner, whether it is our siblings, whether it is our parents, the emotional quotient that we share. And at the same time, when you have your mind in your control, you have a right to say yes, no, because many of us find difficult to say no. We do it because we don't want to hurt the other person, but sometimes it is mandatory that you say no. So the emotional quotient, the emotional resilience is one of the very important factor that each one should understand. What is that we want to carry on? And again, optimism, positivity, the mindset that things can improve. Today, my day was not good, but tomorrow, my day will be good. You have to question yourself, answer yourself. Will it remain the same? No, I don't think so. It will remain the same. It will change because I want to change. I don't want to keep it at the same phase, what it is today. I want to change it. So that is when we call the positive, open mindset and happiness that comes within rather than being dependent on external conditions. That is where you find your peace. That is where you find your determination. That is where you find your self-confidence. That is where you find that, yes, we are on the right path. And the feeling of that peace ultimately is the flow of energy that accesses you to do things, to create things, to connect people, to do any number of things that you want to do in your life, or you want to create somebody's life. That is very, very important. So in short, I would just say that, it was amazing listening to all the speakers here on this platform. And these were some pointers that I had to share, and I believe it and I practice it in my own daily life. So if you start practicing today, then the peace is not far away from you. Nobody can bring you peace except you yourself, and happiness as well, along with peace. And if your peace and happiness, focus, self-confidence, creativity, everything comes into picture. So yes, thank you so much.